Very good morning, students. Welcome back to online session on data structures and algorithms course. In our previous session, we started the doubly linked list concept. We have seen what exactly the differences between an array, a singly linked list, as well as a doubly linked list. So we said in a doubly linked list, we are maintaining an extra pointer not only to point the next node, but also to point the previous nodes. So in both the directions we have the link whenever we are creating a node inside a doubly linked list. So that is in the forward direction as well as in reverse direction. We had an in-depth discussion on doubly linked list node creation. And we have also seen the creation of a simple doubly linked list using using only three nodes. So yeah, to represent a doubly linked list like your singly linked list, we are making use of the head pointer itself. So using the head pointer only, we are representing the doubly linked list. So the head pointer is responsible for always pointing the first node inside your doubly linked list. So where the head pointer will point in the sense the first node of your doubly linked list. So the head pointer not only points the first node inside your doubly linked list, but it will represent the entire doubly linked list. So whatever number of nodes we are having inside your doubly linked list, all those chain of nodes, because there will be an interconnection, isn't it? In the forward direction as well as in reverse direction, we'll be having an interconnection between the nodes. So all these nodes to represent, or in short, to represent your complete doubly linked list, we are taking the help of your head pointer. So yeah, the doubly linked list definition, then the node representation, and the complete doubly linked list with a chain of nodes where we set the first pointers, I mean the first node's previous pointer and the last node's next pointer will have null, isn't it? Going to point nothing, so we'll have null. So how we represent the emptiness of your doubly linked list? That means how you represent that your doubly linked list is not having any nodes, in the sense simply make the head pointer as null. If your head pointer is null, that indicates your complete doubly linked list is empty. Okay, the same case as we are doing in your singly linked list. In your singly linked list also, if your head pointer is null, that means there are no nodes inside your singly linked list. So the same case will apply to your doubly linked list as well. If your head pointer is null, you will not be having any nodes inside your doubly linked list. So advantages over your singly linked list we discussed. Then the disadvantages over singly linked list, we are maintaining an extra pointer for pointing the previous nodes as well. So this is a drawback. So then representation, your head pointer itself represents the complete doubly linked list. So all this discussion we had, and this is the code representation, C++ code representation of your node. Each and every node will have all these things. Then we implemented a simple doubly linked list with three different nodes, isn't it? With three different nodes. Then we have also seen the traversal. This is the traversal of doubly linked list. How the traversal? I have given the term explanation. Yeah, in your singly linked list also we had the term explanation, and here also I have given in my last session. I have given the explanation to this traversal term. Traversal is nothing but visiting all the nodes in your data structure and printing their values, isn't it? Printing their values. So how we generally do the traversal? We'll start with the first node and we visit each and every node inside the singly linked list or inside the doubly linked list, and we print the value of that node. Okay, the value of that node. So this traversal in a singly linked list, we said it is possible only in the forward direction, because we don't have any reverse direction links. We don't have any reverse node links, so it is not possible to perform the traversal in reverse direction. So, but whereas in doubly linked list, as we are having links, as we are having pointers to point in both the direction. Next pointer will point the next node and the previous pointer will point the previous node. So we'll be having the directions in both the directions. We'll be having links in both the directions. So it is possible to traverse both in forward as well as in reverse direction when we are talking about a doubly linked list. So inside a doubly linked list, we can traverse in both the directions, in forward direction as well as in reverse direction. So in my last class, I have shown you how to do the traversal in forward direction, isn't it? How to do the traversal in forward direction, that we discussed in our last class. Okay, how to do the traversal in reverse direction, that we have to see in today's session. Okay, so before going to that, let us quickly have a review on the code, whatever we implemented so far. So I'll be opening this Dave CPP. So in that only we implemented our code. So I will open that code. So our code name is DLL with 3 nodes, isn't it? So our code is DLL with 3 nodes. So this code we have implemented in our previous session. So I have shown the traversal and we said, we performed the traversal only in the forward direction. So this entire code, as you can see over here, will do the traversal in forward direction. As I'm saying over here, traversal in forward direction. So we also have to see how we perform the traversal in reverse direction. So that to show, let us quickly go and see an important aspect, what will happen when we perform the traversal in forward direction and what step we have to take in order to perform the traversal in reverse direction. So that to understand, quickly I will take the help of my whiteboard application. So over here it is a simple simple doubly linked list I have shown. So this is our doubly linked list. So let us understand this one. So my head pointer, as it is pointing the first node, so whatever first node's address I'll be having, that will be present inside this head pointer, isn't it? The first node's address, it will be stored inside the head pointer. And as you know, this is your first node inside the doubly linked list. So the previous pointer, this is your previous and this is your next. You have to remember this thing. So this is your previous pointer and this is your next pointer. So this is your sorry, just give me a second. Okay, so this will be your this will be your previous pointer and this will be your next pointer, isn't it? So for all the nodes, the same thing. This is your previous pointer and this is your next pointer. Here also same thing, previous, next. Yeah, here already we have the names now, isn't it? So as you can see, the first node's previous pointer is null. In this direction we are saying null. Okay, and the second node's previous pointer will point the first node and third node's previous pointer will point the second node, and last node's previous pointer will also point the last but one node. So likewise, so if we go in the forward direction, the first node's next pointer will point the next second node's next pointer will point the third node's next pointer will point the fourth node, that is last node, and last node's next pointer is null to indicate the end of the node, end of the linked list. So likewise, so in order to do the traversal in forward direction, what we have to do, first we have to take a temporary pointer and make it point to the first node. How we can do? So yeah, this temporary pointer, it has to be of node type because as it is pointing a node, isn't it? So how we can do this one in the sense, node star temp equals to head. Yeah, this simple code if you write node star temp equals to head, then what will happen? You will get a temporary pointer and that temporary pointer will point the first node because head is pointing the first node. So if you store the content of head inside this temp, so this temp will also point the first node. Okay, so now in this particular situation, what we have to do? Yeah, print the value of temp, temp of data. So this temp of data, what we have to do? Do cout. Cout of temp of data. What it will do? It will print the value 10 on the output screen. It will print the value 10 on the output screen. Okay, you will get value 10 on the output screen. So next what we have to do? We have to say temp equals to temp of next, isn't it? Temp equals to temp of next. So what this will do? Temp equals to temp of next. What it will do means it will shift the temp. It will shift the temp from here to here. So now my temp will point to the second node. Again, you do the same thing. Cout, okay, Cout temp of data. Temp of data. So this will print the 15 on the output screen. 15 on the output screen. So likewise, you have to traverse till the end. So again, what you have to do, temp equals to temp of next one more time. So instead of writing again and again the repeated steps, what we do? We will take a loop, isn't it? Instead of writing again and again same steps, we'll take a loop. We'll take a while loop and we say unless and until your temporary pointer will become null. Unless and until your temporary pointer will become null, perform these two steps. Okay, ignore these things, perform these two steps. Okay, perform these two steps. So what will happen in that case? First the control will come here and it will check when the temp is pointing to head. When the temp is pointing to head, the control will come over here and it will check whether a temporary pointer's value is null or not. As it is not null, then it will print the value and it will shift the temporary pointer. So likewise, still how many times it will shift the temporary pointer? Until it becomes null. Until it becomes null, the temporary pointer will get shifted in every iteration of this loop and it will print the values from these nodes. So in the first iteration, it will print 10. In the second iteration, it will print 15. Third iteration, 20. So fourth iteration 25. And when it prints 25, so over here it will print the 25, isn't it? Over here it will print the 25. Then what we have? Temp equals to temp of next. So when the temporary pointer is pointing the last node and printing 25 on the output screen, and after printing 25, when you say temp equals to temp of next, so now my temp is over here. So temp of next is null. So if you say temp equals to temp of next, when the temporary pointer is pointing the last node, when the temporary pointer is pointing the last node, and if you say temp equals to temp of next, what will happen? Your temporary pointer will become null because your temp of next is null, isn't it? See, your temporary pointer is pointing the last node and you are saying temp of next. Temp of next is nothing but this part. This part is null. So what will happen? Your temporary pointer becomes null and it leaves the DLL. It leaves the doubly linked list. So after printing all the values in the forward direction, your temporary pointer becomes null and it is of no use to us. So using this temporary pointer, we cannot traverse in the reverse direction. Using the same temporary pointer, we cannot traverse in the reverse direction. So what we have to do in order to make use of this temporary pointer before it leaves the doubly linked list? What step we have to take before it leaves the doubly linked list so that we can traverse in the forward direction? Sorry, reverse direction. Forward direction already we traversed, so that we can traverse in the reverse direction. So what step we have to take so that we can traverse in reverse direction? So that to understand, it is a very simple concept. So we have to take another pointer. We have to take another pointer to traverse in the reverse direction. So that I will show you. See, I will just rub this entire thing. Okay, whatever we have written over here, extra stuff that I am removing so as to give the clarity on what we need to do in order to hold that temporary pointer before it leaves the doubly linked list and make use of the temporary pointer to traverse in the reverse direction. So hopefully you understood the scenario what I have explained just now. Because your temporary point, when you traverse in the forward direction, when the traversal completes, your temporary pointer becomes null. That means it will leave the doubly linked list. So once it leaves the doubly linked list, it can't be used to traverse in the reverse direction because it is becoming null. So when it becomes null, there is no reference, there is no link between the temporary pointer and the doubly linked list. So we can't perform the traversal in the reverse direction. So what we do is, okay, so just see this code. So when temporary pointer is pointing, the first node will have a follow-up pointer. Will have a follow-up pointer. So what the follow-up pointer will do means, the follow-up pointer will follow your temporary pointer. Okay, it will not point the exact node where the temporary pointer is pointing, but the follow-up pointer, what it will do, it will point the previous node. Where the temporary pointer is pointing, it will point the previous node of that temporary pointer. So when we perform the traversal in the forward direction, at that point of time only we will maintain the follow-up pointer, so that when the traversal in the forward direction completes and the pointer pointing the last node leaves the doubly linked list, your follow-up pointer, where it will remain, it will remain pointing the last node, because it is following the temporary pointer, and temporary pointer will leave the doubly linked list after the forward traversal, but the follow-up pointer remains at the last uh, node. So the same code I will write over here, but what we do, we will take one extra pointer. See, we'll take one extra pointer. So what we do, see here I'm writing, so node star. So rather writing like this, so should we take the help of the text? Yeah, can't we do like this? Just we will see whether we can take the help of this thing. So is it visible if I write like this? No, I don't think so it is visible. So what we have to do, just is there a way to increase the size of this one? No, I don't think so. Only text coloring we can change. Delete also we have. Okay, so what I was thinking to do is, I will just reduce the size of it and I will increase like this. So now hopefully we'll get some good stuff over here. Yes, I think it will be visible now. So what we will do, yeah, we'll take the, yeah, as I said, we are declaring one node star. Uh, two things will declare. So one is last pointer. This is the follow-up pointer. Whatever I'm declaring right now, the last pointer is the follow-up pointer, and we are declaring another, that is a temporary pointer, and we make only the temporary pointer as head. Okay, we'll make only the temporary pointer as head, but the last pointer will remain uh, unchanged. I mean, still it is not pointing anywhere, still it is not pointing anywhere. Like this we do. Okay, head. So after this, what we have to, while, okay, traverse in the forward direction, while temp not equals to null, while temp not equals to null, then what we have to do, yes, while temp not equals to null, so take another, yeah, sorry, take another text. Yeah, here you write, while temp not equals to null, what we have to do, cout, print that temp of data. Okay, this will print the data. And yeah, before making temp equals to temp of next, before making this temp of next, what we have to do is, we have to take that last pointer and initialize to temp. So now you see how the things will go. Now you see. Okay. So the next thing what we have to do, close this bracket. Okay, closing bracket. So put this closing bracket over here. Now you just see this piece of code. Try to follow this piece of code. Okay, try to follow this piece of code. So what we are doing initially, what we are doing, and then what we are doing, next step what we are doing. So first, yeah, this simple code will do the forward traversal and leaves the last pointer at the last location, at the last node's location, what I mean to say. So quickly check this one. So initially what I am doing, I'm taking a temporary pointer and last pointer. So last pointer is pointing to nowhere, but temporary pointer I'm making it to point the heads location. So where is my heads location? So over here. Over here my temporary pointer will point. Over here my temporary pointer will point. So next what I am doing? Next what I am doing in the next step, I'm saying while temp not equals to null. So my temp value, it is not equals to null because it is pointing the first node. So next what I'm saying, last equals to, yeah, then I'm printing the value of, output. I'm printing the value of that temporary pointer. So temp of data is nothing but this part. So 10 you will get on the output screen. So next what I am saying, last equals to temp. So last pointer will join now. Now the last pointer is joining. So last is pointing here, temp is also pointing here, head is also pointing here. Then what I'm saying, temp equals to temp of next. So temp will jump from here to here. Temp equals to temp of next means temp will jump from here to here. Temp will come. Now the temp will come over here. So you see the difference. Now this is the follow up pointer because it is following the temp. The last pointer is following the temp. So now again what will happen? The loop will iterate. For the next iteration, the loop will continue. Okay. So next, one more time, temp is checked. Temp not equals to null. No, temp not equals to null because temp is pointing a node over here. So temp will have some address. So next, what we are doing, C out of temp of data. So 15 you will get on the output screen. So next, last equals to temp. So we are shifting last also from here to here. We are shifting last also from here to here. So now my last pointer will also point here like this. So next what I am doing, temp equals to temp of next. After making last as temp, we are shifting temp from here to here. So temp will come from here to here, right, like this. So like this, temp will come over here. So next thing, yeah, temp equal, yeah, inside it, after doing temp equals to temp of next, the loop will iterate for the next iteration. Then temp not equals to null condition, true once again because temp is not equals to null. So C out of temp of data. So 20 we will get on the output screen. Then last equals to temp. So we are shifting last from here to here. Last from here to here. So we are making last as temp. So last will come over here. So the next step, temp equals to temp of next. So temp will jump from here to here. Temp will jump from here to here. Okay, temp will point the last node now. Okay, temp. So next thing what we are saying, again one more iteration, temp not equals to null, temp not equals to null, temp is pointing some address. So then C out of temp of data. So C out of temp of data is nothing but 25. That 25 you will get on the output screen. So next, last equals to temp. So we are shifting last from here to here. Last equals to temp means where exactly the temporary pointer is pointing, there exactly the last pointer will point. So last will come over here. So the next thing, in the next iteration, after making the last pointer pointing temp, what we are saying, temp equals to temp of next. So we are shifting the temporary pointer now. We are shifting the temporary pointer to where we are shifting. Temp equals to temp of next. What is temp of next? Temp of next is null. So temp of next is null. As temp of next is null, temp will also becomes null because we are saying temp equals to temp of next. Temp of next is null. So temp ultimately will become null. So if temp is null, it is not going to point anywhere. So remove this temp. That means temp has left the doubly linked list. Temp has left the doubly linked list, but still your last pointer is pointing the last node. So now we can make use of this last pointer to write the code for reverse traversal. Okay, to write the code for traversal in the reverse direction. So it is very simple. So now what we have to do? How we can write the code for the reverse direction? how we can write the code for the reverse direction means it is very simple. Okay, it is very simple. Just see what I will write, I mean how I will write the code, and you also can follow the same thing. So see, in order to write the code in the reverse direction traversal, so what we have to do now, because already we did the forward direction traversal and we have to make use of that last pointer so as to traverse in the reverse direction. So while, okay, while of temp, not temp, okay, while of last not equals to null, because we traverse in the reverse direction now. We traverse in the reverse direction using the last pointer. Okay, hopefully you understood this one. We traverse in the reverse direction using the last pointer. So yes, last it should not be equals to null, and inside it will write the same steps. Okay, I will take like this because I need to add a separate just to have the clarity. I mean, because we are writing this entire part as a body of this loop. Okay, so body of this loop I will write with the help of this one. So what we have to do inside the body of loop means print that last of data. Okay, last of data, and after printing last of data, what we have to do, go back to the previous node after printing this, because right now my last pointer is pointing over here. After printing this, what we have to do, I have to shift my last pointer over here, then we have to print this, then shift over here, print this, shift over here, print this, and shift from here to last pointer will get shifted to null. So at that point what will happen, your reverse traversal will get stopped, isn't it? So now what we have to do after this, yeah, last equals to last of previous, because we are traversing in the reverse direction. Okay, last equals to last of previous. Only these two lines of code you have to write inside this. So already we did the forward direction traversal, so now I will write the code for reverse direction traversal. So that corrections I have to do. So here I have to declare last pointer node star last, and when you are performing the forward traversal, yeah, after this step make last as temp, make last as temp, so that your temp pointer before leaving the DLL should make the last pointer as pointing the last node. So then what we have to do, take write these statements, cout, okay, take that extra steps, traversal in reverse direction. If you have not seen my previous video, just go to that video and watch that video, then only you come over here. If you have not seen my previous video, you won't get anything over here. Okay, so then what we have to do, take the while loop. Okay, same thing, that same code I am writing over here. Last it should not be equals to null, and we are traversing in the reverse direction. So cout of take some space, then you print, because we need space between the elements. Okay, no, not temp of data, this is last of data, last of data, close this one, and then last equals to last of previous, last of previous, that's it. Okay, semicolon at the end. Only this much of code you have to write to perform the reverse direction traversal and making the last pointer so that it will point the last node. That is very, very, very important. That is very much important. You have to understand that and you have to follow the steps accordingly. So now I will execute the code, and we will see whether print list function will perform, because all this code we have written, this forward direction traversal as well as reverse direction traversal we have written inside your print list function. So, and we are calling that print list function over here after adding all the nodes. After adding all the nodes into your doubly linked list, we are performing these traversals. Okay, so quickly go and check. Compilation is successful, then I am executing. See, traversal in forward direction, because I mean what nodes we have added, quickly we have a review. So first we have added 7, then 9, then 12. So this 7, 9, 12 will come, okay, in this direction. First you will be having 7, then 9, then 12. So if you perform the forward traversal, you will get like this, and if you perform the reverse traversal, you will get what you will get. Yeah, this is in forward. When you will get like this, if you perform the forward direction traversal. Okay, if you perform the reverse traversal, where is that? Okay, if you perform the reverse traversal, what you will get? You will get 12, then 9, then 7. This is in reverse. The same thing we are getting, I hope, on the output screen. So compile, compilation successful, go and execute, run and see. Yes, 7, 9, 12, 12, 9, 7. For, forward direction traversal, then reverse direction traversal. So now, yeah, whatever list we have created, we have added all the nodes manually, isn't it? We have added all the nodes manually. Yeah, we need to have a clarity on this addition operation. That means we have to write functions so as to perform the addition of the new nodes into the singly link, doubly linked list. I mean, that also, I mean, with the help of that functions only, we are going to perform the addition and deletion and search, all those things. So yeah, how we do the I mean, yeah, this traversal, as we are taking the help of loops, isn't it? As we are taking the help, of course we are taking two loops, but not I mean, not nestedly, isn't it? One loop separately we have taken, and the second loop separately we have taken. So this loop will execute it separately, and this loop will get executed separately. So whatever time complexity we will get in order to complete this entire print list function, that is order of n only. Once again, the number of times this loop will execute and the number of times this loop will get executed, it is unknown to us. So the order of n, whatever time complexity we will get, that is order of n. Okay, so then insertion operation. So in how many ways we can do the insertion I mean, of a new node inside a doubly linked list. So that, to understand, a newly created node, okay, a newly created node, it can be added into the doubly linked list in 4 different ways. Okay, a newly created node, it can be added into the doubly linked list in 4 different ways. That is, the first one is, yeah, if you have a doubly linked list, so I will take that one. Yeah, this explanation I will take, I mean, delete this, delete this, delete this. Yeah, immediately you have to understand all these things. And if you're not following at any point, if you're not understanding at any point, you can ask me the doubts. And moreover, you can approach the college as well if you have a major doubt, or if you have a major what we call problem with understanding. Then you can visit the campus, you can clarify all your doubts in one shot. Okay, okay, or you can make a call to me so that I can give the clarity on the concept. Okay, so yeah, this, if this is our doubly linked list, what are our possibilities that we can do the insertion of a new node? So suppose if I want to add a new node into this, already how many nodes I have? I have 4 nodes. Okay, I have 4 nodes into my doubly linked list, and if I want to add a new node into my doubly linked list, so as we have discussed, the index that will start from here. So this is your 0th node, this is your first node, this is your second, this is your third, likewise. So if I want to add a new node, so let us understand quickly. So I have a node over here. Okay, somewhere here I have a node. So I have to reduce the size and get that thing into our scope. Okay, so now if this node, if I want to add into this doubly linked list, so what are my possibilities? Where can I add this node? Okay, so what are my possibilities? So I have many possibilities. So my first possibility is I can make this node as my first node. Okay, before this node I can add this node over here. So that is my first possibility. Okay, so adding this node as the first node, it is very easy task. Okay, I mean, very soon we'll discuss how we can make this node as the first node. So that is my first possibility. And my second possibility, I can say, if I want to add this node, the same node, yeah, somewhere in the middle, somewhere in the middle, I have two possibilities. So somewhere in the middle, in the sense, if they have given a node position. So let us say if they have given a node position 1 and they want me to add this node, uh, yeah, I have two possibilities over here. Because we have a forward direction pointer as well as a next reverse direction pointer, isn't it? Next is my forward direction pointer and previous is my reverse direction pointer. So as I have pointers pointing in both the direction, and if they have given me the node position and they want me to put this node, yeah, as an neighboring node to this one, as an adjacent node to this one, then I have two possibilities. I can put this node after the given position and I can put this node before the given position, isn't it? Two possibilities I have. So let us assume if they want me to put this node as an adjacent node to this second node, to this index value 2 node. So then what are my possibilities? I can add this node after the second index node or before the second index node, isn't it? I can add this one after the second index node and I can add it before the second index node. So in that case, what I have to do, I have to make a gap over here. I have to shift this thing and I have to shift this thing and I have to put this thing and I have to make the arrangements properly. I have to make the links properly. And the last possibility, I can add this node as the last node in my doubly linked list. So in today's session, we will discuss how we can add this newly created node as the first node and how we can add the newly created node as the last node. In these two only we will discuss, and rest of the two we will discuss in tomorrow's class. Okay, so quickly go to your slide. So as you can see over here, a node into a doubly linked list, it can be added in 4 ways. Just now I have given that one. So the first thing is adding the node as the first node in your doubly linked list at the front of the list. So who will do that job for us? The added first function will do the job for us. Who will do? Added first function will do the job for us. So here I have that function, added first function. So this function will add the newly created node at the first position of my doubly linked list. So then add after a given node, add after will add a node after a given node. So what they will give, they will give a position of the node, and this add after function will add my node after that position node. Then add before. So this what it will do, it will add a node before the given position, before the given position node. So then add at end will add the node in the end of the at the end of the doubly linked list. So what this add at end function will do, it will add the node at the end of the doubly linked list. So all these things we have to discuss. So in today's class, as I said, we discuss only these two, the A and the D, the A point as well as the D point. So this one we discuss in today's class and this one we discuss in today's class. So quickly we have to do that one, and rest of the two we will see in our next class. So adding the node at the first position. So what corrections I have to do? I have to worry about two links now, the previous link as well as the next link. As I'm going to add this node at the first position, so what changes I have to do? So if this is my first node, after adding, this is my first node, isn't it? So what changes I have to do in the sense, first of all, I have to create the node, isn't it? First of all, I have to create the node. So what statement of code can I write in order to create the new node? What statement or what line of code I have to write in order to create the new node with full what we call memory? So that is node, isn't it? Node star. So if we are calling the newly created node as new node, then new node equals to use the constructor to allocate the memory. So like this. So this will become a full node. So as a next thing, what I have to do? Yes, I have to I have to assign that value 5. 5 as an example we have taken over here. So in our programming we will use a variable, isn't it? So that variable will call it as new data. Okay, so that new data, how we can add? So new underscore node of data part equals to new data, isn't it? New underscore data. So this will do the initialization of that value 5. Okay, so next thing, the previous pointer, because it is going to be the first node. So new node of previous pointer, it should be null. Previous, it should be null, because this thing is going to be the, yeah, so far what I have done, I have created this node. This first statement will create this node. Okay, so we have created this node. Yeah, this line of code will create this node, this entire node. Then this part, new data, will add this 5. Okay, then what we are saying, we are saying new node of previous equals to null. So like this will have null, like this will have null. Okay, so because, yeah, this one is my previously created node, so this, I mean, this one was existing node, and this is my first node, so it is having null over here. Right now, the newly created node, this is my new node. I want my new node to be the first node, so the previous pointer should be null. So then what I have to do, I have to make this nodes, I mean the first nodes previous pointer, it should point the newly created node like this, isn't it? It should point the newly created node. So what line of code I have to write? What line of code I have to write here is, see, head of previous equals to new underscore node. So what is my head of previous? Yeah, this is my head, isn't it? Head is pointing to this one, so this is my head, and this is my previous. Head of previous in the sense this one. This one was previously null. Now this will point over here. So we have removed null from here, and we established a link like this. So now this direction is complete, this direction is complete. Now what we have to do? This direction we have to make to here. So what we have to do? Yeah, in order to make this link from here, I will use a dotted line. Okay, we need this point now. We need this one. So what we have to do? Yeah, this is new node, isn't it? This is new node, and this is next pointer. New node of next equals to head. That's it. New node of next equals to head. Add that one also. New node of new underscore node of next equals to head. So this will make this link. Yeah, whatever I have dotted line over here, this make, yeah, like this it will go, like this it will go. New node of next equals to head, we said. See, yeah, adding this node as the first node, we have two cases. One, when the head is not null. One, when the head is not null. Head is not null. That means when what we call, when DLL is not empty, isn't it? So this is what we say. Yeah, I will write that also with the help of, because it is not coming properly. So what I will do, uh, yes, remove this also. So adding a new node into the at the first position of your DLL, it is a two-step process. In the first case, we have two different cases. In the first case, when head is not null. Yeah, head is not null means when DLL is not empty. When DLL is not empty. And the second one is when the DLL is empty. When head is null, that means your DLL is empty. So if your DLL is empty, what we have to do? And if your DLL is not empty, already we discussed. If your DLL is not empty, already we discussed. This thing we have to do. But if your DLL is empty, see here, we have to write that code over here. Yeah, when we have to say, yeah, head of previous equals to new node, in the sense only when, if your head is not equals to null. Only in that case we have to say head of previous equals to new node, because you are going to have a node over there. But if your head is null, you're not going to have any node. So saying head of previous equals to new node, it is an invalid statement. So you will understand that one when we write and when we see. Yeah, quickly go and write that added first function. Now what function we have to write? Added first, because we are adding the newly created node at the first location of your doubly linked list. So that added first function, what it will return? It will return nothing. So void added first of, yeah, it will take the new data, as we said, new underscore data. So now you write that code. So first what we have to do? Create the newly created node. Okay, create the new node. So that is new underscore node. The same code I am writing over here, equals to allocate the memory. New, call the constructor to allocate the memory. So next step what we have to do? Put in that new data inside this new node. New underscore node of data equals to new underscore data. That's it. Next what we have to do? Make the previous pointer as null. Okay, yeah. First of all, new node of, yeah, make the next pointer as head, because next always it is going to point the head pointer only. Okay, even if it is null or not null. So new node of next equals to head, and new node of previous equals to, as I said, new node of, because it is going to be the first node, isn't it? New node of previous, it has to be null only. It has to be null only. But before making the third step, that is making the new node of what we call head of previous pointer, before making the head of previous pointer as new node, we have to check whether head is null or not. So if at all your head is not null, then only make head of previous as new node. Then only you make head of previous as, sorry, head of previous, yeah, head, it is not accessible here. Why it is not accessible? Okay, so what we did here, we have initialized the head, so this is not the correct thing. We have to make the head pointer after this node. Yeah, here globally we have to, yeah, like here we have to. So now your head pointer will become accessible. We'll see. So head of, yeah, it is becoming accessible now. Head of previous equals to null. Okay, head of previous equals to null. So now if at all your head pointer is going like this, then immediately what we have to do? Yeah, make the head pointer as new node, because my newly created node I want as the first node. So head equals to new pointer, new node, that's it. So this will create, okay, this will create the new, I will remove this manual added, manual adding of all the nodes. Okay, I will make the program now. See, so right now, do we have anything in my do we have added any nodes in my linked list? No, I have not added any of the nodes in my linked list. So simply I am printing. So what output I should expect? Yeah, what output I should expect, because your head is null now. So your doubly linked list is empty. So that we'll see that output do we get or not. See, your main function here only we started and directly we are printing. See, run. Doubly linked list is empty. So now what I will do, using that added first, we have written just now, we have written added first code. So using that added, see, only simple, how many lines of code we have here? See, I told you, don't just get afraid of looking at these big lengthy codes. I told you many times, divide the lengthy code into smaller units and practice those smaller units. So how we are doing the development in each section of my class, each session of my class, I am writing only the small piece of code. Like hardly I am writing 20 lines of code. So that 20 lines of code only you have to practice, and that 20 lines of code only you have to understand. Okay. So don't just look at that big program and sir, the program is this much big. I can't remember how to write, and I don't know how to write, or sir, it is very difficult to remember. Don't give such. I mean, only the people who by heart the code, they will come with such complaints. Okay, if you are by hearting the code, then only it will become very difficult for you. If you're not by hearting, or if you're understanding the code, then nowhere it is going to create a problem to you people. So I will consider the same thing. Because many of you are not approaching when we are giving the lab timetable to you, or when we are saying to come for the doubt clarification, many of you are not approaching. So we are assuming that you are understanding and you are doing the stuff at home. Already we discussed this thing in a meeting with all my colleagues, as well as with your head also. I had a discussion regarding this. So maybe they are doing at home, or maybe they are preparing at home, and that is the reason why they are not approaching. If at all they were having any sort of doubts, so they might have approached and they might have clarified their doubts. Okay, so in that way I argued with your head, and yes, it is good that you people are doing at home. Okay, so yeah, quickly see this: 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 lines of code only. Added first function, only 7 lines of code it is having, and with that 7 lines of code only we can write the program for that function, code for that function. So now I will make use of that code, and I will add the first node into my doubly linked list. So that is how I can do add it first. So add it first, what value I have to pass, that is I'm saying 10. So this 10, as I don't have any of nodes prior to this one, my doubly linked list is empty, so this will become my first node. So 10 followed by null, 10 followed by null. So like this, so I will get only 10. When I print, I will get what? I will get only 10. Just quickly see. So in the forward direction also 10, in the reverse direction also 10 I have to get. So compile, maybe there is some issue, we'll see. Okay, we'll see. First we'll see the output, and accordingly we'll do the modification in the code. See, in the traversal in the forward direction we are getting 10, and traversal in the reverse direction also we are getting 10. So there is no issue in the code. Hope you understood. Okay, hope you understood. So now one more thing, if I add after this, one more value if I add. So add it first, I'm saying add it first. So that is 20 I'm saying. So then what will happen? Then what will happen? Where that 20 will come? That 20 will come after 10 or before 10? It will come before 10, because we said add it first. So 20, okay, then you'll be having 10, then you'll be having null. See, we can even print this arrow marks in between, that we have seen in case of singly linked list. So I don't want to make the code very what we call confusing to you people. So that is the reason why I am removing all those things. So make the code as simple as it is, because when you write this stuff in your external exams, or when you do the stuff in your programming, they want whatever question they have given, they want the answer to that one only. They don't want extra decorations. Okay, many people will write this same code using switch case also. Don't do that thing. Switch case, again it will go very confusing for you people. Again you have to write all those functions, and you have to decorate those functions with the help of this switch case. Okay, of course you will get some more what we call practice of the control structures, because you will use switch case also in your programming. Of course you will get the practice of that one, but by doing all those things, it will increase the time, as well as it will increase the uh, lines of code. Okay, my intention, make it simple, make it clear. If you do more decorations, and if you lose the concept, isn't it? Whatever concept you have to explain, you are not explaining that concept, but you are doing the decoration. It is useless. First, you try to explain the concept. If you are good at the concept, you can easily do the decoration. When you come for the lab, there I will show you how to do the decoration using switch case. It is very easy. It is dead easy. Once you know the concept, it is dead easy. So first you try to focus on the concept itself. Okay. So quickly, yeah, we'll see whether we will get like this or not. So both, it should print because we are printing over here. So how it will print now? It will print in both forward as well as in reverse direction. First it will print 2010, then 1020. See, in the forward direction it should print 2010, and in reverse direction it should print 1020. So accordingly, do we get or not? We will see. So compilation, it is successful. Then I'm executing, run to see the output. So in the reverse direction, it is printing only 10. See, this error only I was talking about. So when it is leaving, yes, when it is leaving, the temporary pointer, when it is leaving, it is letting your, yeah, I will just see the code. Okay, last not equals to null we are saying. So it is not properly managing the stuff over there. Okay, we'll see this. Okay, just remember this one, we will see this. Okay, so we need to have I mean, quickly I need to wind up this class by showing that add at end concept. So how we can add that a pointer at the end of this doubly linked list. So what we have to do, we have to take a temporary pointer and we have to push that temporary pointer till it reaches the last node. Till it reaches the last node. We don't have, we should not make the temporary pointer to leave the doubly linked list. We have to hold the temporary pointer at the last node. When it is coming and standing at the last node, we have to perform the adding of that new node at the end of the doubly linked list. So that to do, the concept is very simple. See, what lines of code, I mean, how many lines of code we have to write in the sense, yeah, we have to make our temporary pointer so that it will reach the last node. So that it will reach the last node, and if it is at the last node, we have to do the what we call the insertion part. We have to do the insertion part when it is pointing at the last node. So yeah, quickly I'm writing that code only. So void add it end, add it end of int. Again we have to pass the new data. Okay, so inside it, what I have to do, first of all, create the new node. New node, how we can create? Yeah, take the node star. Okay, so then new underscore node, allocate the memory equals to new node of, call the constructor. So this will create a new node and allocates the memory. Then take another pointer, that is node n should be capital, node star. We are taking a temporary pointer and make it as head. Okay, so because we have to start from the first location only. Now put the data into the, yeah, before this only you do all those things. Okay, here only you do new underscore node equals to new underscore data. Okay, so after that what we have to do, yeah, make, because it is, this new node is going to be the last node, so make the new node's next pointer as null. New nodes next pointer, because if it is last node, the next pointer should be null, isn't it? So the last node as null. Then after making the new nodes last, I mean new nodes next pointer as null, then check if at all your complete linked list is empty or not. If it is empty, then we can add that node as the first node. No need to go till the end, isn't it? So if at all your head node is empty, if at all your head node is empty, you perform this piece of code. If at all your head node is pointing to null, if at all your head node is, if at all your head node is null, then what we have to do, we have to make, yeah, these corrections. The new node of previous, yeah, because this will become my first node, isn't it? New node of previous equals to null, and then make head as new node. Head equals to new node. Only these two lines of code I have to write, and I have to return from this point only. If your head is null, your new node will become the first node. Okay, but if your head is not null, then what we have to do, take the while loop and make your temporary pointer, yeah, and yeah, make this way. Your temp of next, it should not be null. Temp of next, in this case, temp of next, it should not be null. Okay, okay, it is a big understanding you need to have over here. If possible, I will give the clarity in my next session, because quickly we have to wind up this concept now. So temp of next not equals to null. So then what we have to do, temp equals to temp of next. That's it. So this will take your next pointer to the last node. Just remember what it will do. It will take your next pointer to the temp pointer to the last node. So as we are writing only one line of code, no need of this block. So then next thing what we have to do, yes, after reaching the last node, temp of next must be, temp of next, it must be what? New node. Temp of next, it must be new node. That's it. Then new node of, yeah, we have to think of the previous pointer also. New node of previous pointer. New node of previous pointer equals to temp. That's it. That's it. New node of previous pointer equals to temp, and no need to make the new node as temporary pointer, because your temporary pointer, where it will go, it doesn't matter. After adding that last node, new node as the last node, where the temporary pointer will go, it doesn't matter to us. So no need to make the new temporary pointer as new node at this point. So this particular lines of code will add the newly created node at the last location. That is nothing but at the end of the doubly linked list. So quickly, after adding these two, we'll see, because our print list function, it is not working properly. You just remember that one. We need to do some minor correction in that one. In our next class, we'll discuss that and we'll do the correction. Okay, so what I am doing, add at first, we set 20 to add. So 20 we got added, and after adding this 20 we got error. Not syntactical but logical error we got. So over here, yeah, here new node of data, new node of data equals to new data. Okay, so this is okay. So you just remember that small correction, head equals to new node. What it is saying, expected semicolon before, where before, yeah, here we forgot the semicolon. So keep the semicolon. Yeah, then compile. Okay, it got compiled. So just remember, we have we have not performed any add end, isn't it? Add end we have not performed. We performed only add first, and we got the error in print list function. See, I told you that error, it is a minor error. We'll do the correction in our next class. See, here it is not printing 20. It must print 20. When we are performing the when we are doing the traversal in reverse direction, it is not printing 20. That correction you remember. But forward direction, the traversal in forward direction, it is accurately performing. So the next thing what we have to do, yeah, we'll quickly go and we'll see where that error is happening. Last equals to last of previous. Yeah, it has to print last. It should not be equals to null. There must be something it is missing over here. Okay, anyhow, we'll see. Okay, so what I will do now, I will use my add at last, add at end, not last, sorry, add at end function, and I will add some, let us say 30 over here. So where this 30 should go now? So here we are adding 20 at the front, isn't it? So 20, then 10, then null. It should be like this. But over here, what we are seeing, add at end. So where that 30 will go, like this, 20, 10. After that, you will get 30, then null. Like this, it should go. Okay. So of course, we are expecting at least the traversal in forward direction, it has to give correctly. Okay. So compilation successful, then run. See, as you can see, the forward direction traversal it is giving, but reverse direction traversal it is missing the 20. Okay, 20, 10, 30 we got. This is in forward direction. Reverse direction, just ignore it. In our next class we will see. So I will add one more value with this add at end. So that is add at end, sorry, small letters, add it end of let us say 40. So how my list will go now? So in forward direction I have to get 20, then 10, then 30, then 40, because we have added at the end. Okay, after 40 it has to give null. Like this you have to get on the output screen. So quickly you see, will you get that or not? So compilation successful, then run. See, the forward direction traversal we are getting accurately. So we are getting 20, 10, 30 and 40. We forget about reverse direction. We'll see in our next class hopefully. So thank you very much students.